How's it going, taste buds? Welcome back to another episode of the podcast. I'm your host, Evan.
And I'm your host, Gabe.
This is, of course, a podcast where we acquire and review the latest and greatest snacks.
So that you know what to try and what not to buy.
And the name of this podcast is the Super Tasters Pod. Whoa.
That was clean. Hey, pretty good.
First off, want to say a quick thank you and a shout out to our patrons, our Patreon supporters at patreon.com/supertasterspodcast. It's $5 a month if you want to support us. It's the only tier. You'll get access to behind the scenes content, bloopers, and early episodes, stuff like that. Thank you so much to KG, Ma Tape Master, Lesbert, Clearly Awesome, The Pickler. Thank you to Yarbs, Lisa, Rose, Unicycler, and thank you to Dillian Pickle Spear, of course. Super Tasters podcast Patreon. Now, we've got a lot of snacks to try today, taste buds. We've got the brand new Doritos, the Twisted Queso Doritos. We've got the brand new Cheetos Flaming Hot Cheddar Barbecue flavor. Super excited to try those. Our weird food today is going to be this mushroom jerky. Where did you say you picked this up at?
That's a grocery outlet score there.
Grocery outlet with the common grocery outlet W, as the kids say. We've got the new Muddy Buddy Oreos. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I ordered these actually from Amazon at one point, and what showed up was not the new Oreo Muddy Buddies. It was the Cookies and Cream Muddy Buddies. And yes, these are different products. Obviously, we're going to review it. We'll be able to show the differences, but I was pissed. Thank you, Amazon. I'm starting to think Amazon might not be a good company. Now, we've also got the brand new Oreos chocolate covered pretzel. And what's that hiding back there? Who's that?
Oh, back there, we got Selena Gomez and her.
Wait, Selena Gomez is here. Yes! She's hiding behind the table. Come on out, I almost called her Sabrina. Sabrina, come on out, Sabrina. No, that's actually who we could afford.
Yeah, we
Sabrina.
could not get Selena.
We couldn't get Selena Gomez. We couldn't afford Sabrina Carpenter, but we could afford Sabrina Gomez. Come on out, Sabrina. She can't see very well.
Yeah. These are the Selena Gomez chocolate and cinnamon cream cookie Oreos.
Yes, I'm actually really excited to try these. I was pretty surprised with how much I liked the Post Malone Oreos. What about these? What are these guys? What are those?
Up front here, we have the Fritos Flavor Twists, Lime and Jalapeno. We also have the Chips Ahoy Baked Bites. These are the Blondie. They're soft and chewy like cookie bites. And we have, this is a returning flavor, but we have not had it. This is the Mountain Dew Summer Freeze Cherry Lemon Raspberry. It looks like a rocket pop.
This is the zero sugar version. And then we've also got some cookie dough bites. The new cookie, the
chocolate chips and caramel cookie dough bites.
We've been sitting on these for a while. And there's one other thing we're forgetting before we get into the snacks. We did get a little package. If you guys remember from the last snack news, I did mention that Capri Sun was doing a summer solstice pouch. Well, guess what showed up from Walmart?
A bomb.
So we've got this. I have not opened it. I wanted to open it on pod. The box is a little obnoxiously large. I'll mute mine too. So then the audio, what if we both muted and the whole podcast was just the audio listeners? They don't get anything. Oh my God. Should I have gotten a knife? No, I got this. All right, sorry, I muted.
All right, we're back.
I knew that was going to be loud.
We did a double mute there because it was going to be crazy.
Oh my gosh. So we're looking at packaging for the audio listeners.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa, this is a fancy box, guys. This is a fancy box. Okay, here, get rid of that dirty old, dusty old regular box. Look at this. Look at this massive box with this logo.
Was this not $1.50?
It was $1.50. This cost me $1.50, free shipping. This is Capri Sun, the summer solstice pouch. This is the longest pouch for the longest day. Okay, so I might do I'm gonna do a reveal on my phone. If you want to open it,
this is not a sponsorship, by the way.
It's not a sponsorship.
You go. You good?
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's the pouch. It's kind of haphazardly thrown in there. All right, you want to get rid of this. More wrapping paper. So it looks like the idea is they sent us a big jug of Capri Sun fruit punch. And it looks like the idea is you have to fill the pouch yourself. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Capri Sun.
We made the longest pouch for the longest day so you can spend longer soaking up the sun, leaping between things, making up a new sport, reuniting the group chat, becoming a legend, and hugging the grass like an old friend. The longest day of the summer has met its match. Step 1, pour Capri Sun multi-serve into solstice pouch. Step 2, seal solstice pouch. Step 3, poke straw into the solstice pouch and enjoy all day on the longest day.
Yes, there is a comedically large straw to go along with it. And obviously this pouch, it's over 15 inches long. I'm excited to become a legend. I don't know if we're going to, I mean, it's just Capri Sun. So I don't know if we're going to like review it on pod. I haven't decided yet if I want to actually like fill this up. I mean, it would be pretty fun, I think, to drink out of it.
I mean, keeping it because it's fun is definitely not a bad idea. I mean, because it would just be a Capri Sun the long way. You know, it's kind of funny too. Is it today, as of when we are filming this, it's the day before the summer solstice.
Yes.
So this came in time for sure.
Yes. Well, this will go up on the summer solstice. Yeah, perfect timing. Yeah, we'll see what we do with this. But for now, we will just set this aside, keep it safe. I love that it came in such a huge box, but the contents were actually pretty small in comparison. Wow, that's pretty cool. Not bad for $1.50. Yeah, my story of how I was able to secure mine. I've got a lot of experience online buying things that go really quick. I was able to get my PlayStation 5, obviously, when that was crazy. I've been buying Pokemon cards recently. So I know the drill, guys. I was ready with my Walmart payment info saved. I had my address ready to go. And I was sitting there about 5 minutes before I was expected to go live at 11 a.m., clicking refresh every 3 seconds. Boom, 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 boom. And then they dropped it early at 10:58 and 45 seconds because I had a little real-time clock on, so I knew exactly. They dropped it like a minute and 15 seconds early. I just saw on one of my refreshes, a buy now button appeared, clicked place order, and it was like, hey, congratulations, your order is placed. It took me like 3-4 seconds, refreshed the page, gone. All of them gone. So they definitely sold out quick. I know that people are reselling them on eBay. You guys are scum. I hope you actually, for the summer solstice, I hope there's a solar flare and a tendril of light flicks down and only touches you and destroys you and your entire livelihood.
Guys,
that's what I feel about resellers.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't buy from resellers. Like
yes.
that's another thing that we can do on our part.
And I promise
don't
you,
buy from the resellers.
It's very funny. It's funny, but it is not worth paying $100 for that or whatever people are charging for it online. Okay, enough chatting, guys. Let's get into the snacking. We're gonna start with the Sody Pop as our new tradition. We save the sweets for last, but we save the sodas for right at the beginning. This is zero sugar Mountain Dew Summer Freeze. It's a returning flavor, like you said, cherry, lemon, raspberry. It looks like a rocket pop. We've never tried this. I love the color. Love the artificial colors.
Yeah, very vibrant blue.
Woo! You know how they get that color blue?
It smells good. No,
I didn't know this because sometimes you're like, oh, this isn't vegan. You're like, what? It's gelatin. You're like, yeah, horse hooves. You're like, what? This color blue, kangaroo eyeballs. They have electric blue.
Center of their eyeball, there's an optical nerve.
Beautiful eyes you've ever seen. Yeah, they squish them all like grapes.
Yeah.
This should be good though. It smells very good.
It smells good.
I'm actually glad that it's zero sugar because half of this episode is sweets.
We do have a lot of sweets. Yeah, I happened to grab it from the store and it was the zero sugar iteration. And I was like, zero sugar soda it's closer to the original flavors than like a diet is. So I wasn't too worried about it. And I even checked with Evan. He's like, who cares?
And as someone who's trying to watch his sugar intake, I can say it doesn't taste overpoweringly sweet. The flavor that is there is really nice. It does have kind of a melted popsicle vibe to it. Oh, you can taste a little bit of like the I don't know what they sweeten it with when it's zero sugar, or like, the stevia or whatever.
Aspartame or whatever.
Yeah, you can taste like the fake sugar aftertaste a little bit at the end. But this is still very pleasant. I would like actually probably even try the full-on 150 milligram sugar version.
Give me full sugar. Give me actually double sugar. I like that.
Wow.
Mountain Dew, I mean,
they know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing. Yeah, it's kind of like one of those things where they're almost like, I know that like they're kind of like they brand themselves next to Doritos quite often. So I was just about to say that it's kind of like Doritos, where we typically tend to like most of the Mountain Dew novelty flavors.
Yes,
and this one's good. Yeah, I really like it.
We grew up on this stuff, dude. I used to crush Dews, and I've said it before, but yeah, man. When I was a kid, I remember my PE teacher once was like, I was in probably 4th grade, and he was like, you kids, you should probably be drinking one soda a week.
Yeah.
And I was like, is this guy out of his freaking mind?
Yeah.
I'm literally drinking 6 Mountain Dew a
day. A day, dude.
Oh my gosh.
A day.
Which is why the doctor recently said, you got about 4 years to live.
Yeah, true.
He said, if you even come into contact with one single grain of sugar, we're going to have to hospitalize you.
But we do it anyway for you guys. I have to wake Evan up out of a coma every single time we film.
I was I was a kid drinking. I was taking in more sugar than a hummingbird. Dude.
Yeah, dude.
Here's my thoughts on this. I really like this.
I really like it too.
I honestly think this might be a rare circumstance where the normal version might be slightly better than the zero sugar. I think I would probably put this in like a 4.
Yeah.
And I think the regular version might be a 5.
I think it's a 4 for me. I would definitely get this one again, actually. It's very refreshing. There's
Very
a nice
tasty.
citrusiness to it, but there is that berry flavor. It's good.
Because that is zero sugar, and because we do have 5 more items that are sweet, do we want to balance them out and maybe do another sweet and then get into some of the savory and kind of ping pong back and forth?
Yeah, why not?
So what about those? I know it sounds crazy. I want to save the Seleners for last. I think that's what they call Selena's fans. What are Selena Gomez fans? What are you guys? Are you Seleners? Are you
they're
Gomezopotamians? Are you guys did you guys like Amelia Perez? Let's get into the chocolate covered pretzels. Why did I say salt? Is there salt?
There is salt.
Okay.
That's probably what you were
Chocolate
looking
covered salted pretzels, right? So we'll try these.
Had to do it.
And then we'll try the Selena's at the end.
That makes sense to me.
Ooh, I like the color.
They look good. They look like a Biscoff cookie.
Yeah, it's nice dark color. Okay, crumbling apart a little bit. Probably my fault.
There is salt on the outside for sure.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Smells.
They smell really good.
Yeah, it smells kind of like a pretzel, honestly. That was a good choice, I think, to do next. Because they're really not too sweet.
No.
Especially for an Oreo. There's like a deep bready flavor for the cookie because of the pretzel.
It's pretty well balanced, actually. The salt...
It is.
The salt's not very strong at all, but you can like see it glistening on the cookies.
And I don't think they did, but the sugar level almost makes it feel like they made it with like a dark chocolate.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
It's pretty good. It kind of reminds me of the tiramisu Oreos, not because it's got like a coffee flavor, but it's got like kind of like gosh, what word am I looking for? Like I keep thinking deeper, like a deeper flavor, but like maybe more savory, just not like a super sweet.
No, like the pretzel, the cookie. There is some sweetness there.
Okay, what happened here?
But it's
someone stomped on this package.
Yeah, that's a crazy one.
The overnight freight zombies at Walmart. Those freaking slugs crushed my cookie.
The freight zombies, dude.
I threw freight for almost 3 years, so I can make fun of freight people. Because I'm one of them. I will always be one of them.
We have both been the people that stock the shelves.
Yeah.
Funny enough.
And now we're the people that stock the shelves STALK looking for new items to review.
Nice. Hey, you know what I mean? Give me one of these.
For the audio only listeners, so that was a high five.
Yeah.
I did not just spank Gabe on his cheeks. I know.
Yeah, I don't want to. You know what I mean? Give me one of these. And I bent over. And I was like, whenever you're ready.
And that's why there's a pause because I was so deeply uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try the frosting now. Sorry.
Okay, I will say that when you eat this as intended, just straight up as an Oreo,
The frosting's so
really,
good.
really, really good balance.
Yeah.
The cookies on their own,
Whack. I'm
well,
about to try one.
Yeah, go ahead. Let me know what you think.
They're a tiny bit sweet.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like a burnt aftertaste, but there's like a slight, almost kind of bitterness.
Right, but they're going for that pretzel.
Yeah. The cookies on their own are not great.
No.
I'll say that. But obviously, if you eat them as intended, that's pretty good.
It's a really good balance, similar to an actual chocolate-covered pretzel.
I think for me, well, what are you thinking? What are you feeling?
I'm going to have one more.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking...
Finished one row, by the way.
I'm thinking, yeah. I'm thinking a lot of thoughts. These are kind of a dark horse Oreo for me. They kind of crept up on me.
Okay.
At first,
I also like Katy Perry songs.
I wanted to say, yeah. I couldn't. I tried for the life of me to think of a lyric of that song. Couldn't.
Is he coming?
The
Dark horse. Are you ready for the perfect storm?
Perfect storm. There's no coming back.
She is I used to love
She's
Katy
an
Perry
astronaut.
so much. She's an astronaut. Take us to your leader. Okay, just before you go, just so you know, she did kiss a girl and she liked it.
Okay, I'm glad I had another one. Because I was getting crazy there. I was going to say 4.
Do you like my scenario that I concocted there, where the aliens say, "Take us to your leader," and my mind's like, "Yeah, one of the astronauts," and they're like, "No." Doesn't make any sense. You were gonna say 4, but what are you gonna say now?
I think you're a high 3.
I think there are 4.
Yeah?
I'm sorry that I made you think so long, and you came to the wrong conclusion. But I do think that these are a 4.
For me, it's the salt.
You don't like the salt?
No.
Okay.
Well, so like when you... I'm going to try another bite.
I think they might be a 3 because I think it would be better with milk, but this is one of the few Oreo side flavors that I'm like, I don't even think I need milk.
It's really well... You know what? No, let's do it 4. It's really well balanced.
I'm very persuasive. You know what? Let's put it in 1.
No,
it's great. It's
I
great.
hate this. Let's put it in 1. No, I think it's...
All right. We've got 2 4s to start the show. Let's move on to something savory. Maybe the Fritos? We've been sitting on those for a minute. You know what I was... What's that?
These were a gift.
These were a gift. Thank you very much to the generous benefactor. These... I was actually re-snacking on the Fritos. Gosh, what is it?
Spicy queso, I believe.
Spicy, like smoky chili queso, spicy queso. So many of these brands, like, I feel like steal each other's names for snacks, but it gets confusing. Anyways, I was snacking on those last night, and I was like, I don't remember what rating I gave them. I hope it was at least a 4, because in my mind, I was like, these are dangerously close to a 5. They're addictive, man. They are very, very good.
They were very good on a re-snack. I was having some too.
I don't think these are going to be as good.
You never know, though. But, I mean, you also are not the biggest Fritos fan.
No, I'm not. I'm not a Fritos fanatic. I'm more of a Fritos frenemy. I'm mostly an enemy, but I'll hang out with them from time to time. All right. These are the
He's a Fritos fake friend.
Fritos flavored twists, lime and jalapeno, baby.
They smell very citrusy. Ooh.
There's a tiny little tingle of spice at the end. Otherwise, it's mostly just the Fritos, like, proprietary flavor,
And lime.
followed by a pretty intense lime flavor. I love the shape of their twists. Their twists, I think, will always be better than the original Fritos shape.
Yeah.
In texture and flavor.
Great, great texture. I like the lime.
I do like the lime as well. Could use maybe a little bit more of a
Jalapeno.
spice. They did say jalapeno second. It's not jalapeno and lime. It's lime and jalapeno. So I'll give them that. It's not like false advertising.
You're right. The jalapeno is it's pretty mild, and it really only comes in like at the very end.
This would
But
be
the
a good
lime and the corn chip work really well together.
This would be a good, like, snack to keep in a barrel on like a ship.
Keep the sailors alive.
Yeah, keep the scurvy away. These are pretty good.
I think they're a
I
solid
think-
3 for me.
I think they're also a 3. I think that I like them more than the original Frito. Not bad. Not bad at all.
Ooh, man,
Better than I expected, I will say.
It is a good balance of like acid and richness from the corn chip.
Yeah.
It makes you want to keep eating. It just needs, like you said, needs more heat.
Will you wrap these? I forgot to add moisture to my my moist towelette here.
Oh no.
Hakatua, Hakatua, Hakatua. If you say,
Hakatua.
if you know what happens if you say Hakatua 3 times, right?
Yeah, you lose all your money on a meme coin.
Yeah, your bank account gets drained. What the hell? I've got 1,200 Hakatua coins. What a crazy trajectory her life has taken, right? Just like a random street interview. And guy's like, I don't know what his question was. Do you Hawk 2 on that thing? Yeah, you got a Hawk 2 on that thing. And now she's the most famous person of all time.
Yeah.
There are like sultans in other countries who probably know who she is. Like, oh, yeah. Oh, well, no, I'm not. I started with O. I was like, oh. And I was like, nah, I'm not going to do an accent. I'm not going to do a generic.
And then that in living color Jim Carrey scene of him doing Johnny Abdul popped into your head and you had to stop yourself.
Not going to be me. Not going to be me. Oh, Hakatua. That's the Sultan.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's move on to a sweet treat. Why don't we get these cookie dough bites out of the way? Because
Out of the way.
I'm not looking forward to them.
I love cookie dough bites.
I'm not crazy about cookie dough bites. I like the original cookie dough bites. These are their like, so these
Unchocolated.
yeah, these are unchocolated cookie dough bites. It's their new thing, for certain flavors at least. And this is the chocolate chips and caramel version.
Very
You love
very
these, huh?
caramel smelling. Not these ones.
This is your goat.
The regular cookie dough bites for a movie snack, yeah.
Looks like rabbit food and rabbit poop.
No, I haven't had these ones yet.
And not rabbit food like carrots, but like a bag of rabbit food. I don't know. I've never fed a rabbit.
Which is sad because he's owned rabbits, so what does that tell you?
Oh, shit. Rabbits gotta eat? You gotta feed them? Don't they eat grass? Don't they just eat like carpet? Chewing little holes. Okay.
Put them in a pine box. They don't eat pine.
Okay, here we go. Pretty strong caramel flavor.
The
Very
chocolate
sweet.
coating on regular cookie dough bites really
These might be
does
old.
them a favor.
There's like a little bit of a acrid or like a bitterness to it. These might be a little bit old at this point. We have been sitting on these for a while. And part of that's my fault. I will say I'm a bit of a hater. I wasn't looking forward to them. I mean, there's like there's a chocolatey aftertaste. I'm not really getting much of the chocolate chips. It almost tastes like a fake chocolate, like when you have like chocolate syrup. The caramel is the... I'm not even gonna eat this one, man.
The texture, I like the texture. Is the best thing I could say about it because it's close to cookie dough. That kind of grainy texture for those that do enjoy a little cookie dough. Coming from a guy that does like cookie dough bites,
Yeah,
I think these are
maybe a
they're
4.5.
They're a 2. They're a 2 and really close to 1.
They're a 2
They're really close to 1
for you, a 1 for me, but I will agree to a 2 because I know that I'm a bit of a hater. But I wouldn't recommend.
Dude,
You're,
you
wow,
should
you're
have
gonna
some
wash
of
it
that
down with
Mountain
the Mountain Dew.
It's zero sugar.
Why would you reach
zero sugar, pal?
Here, have some of my water, dude.
Oh, thank you.
If you haven't noticed, there's plenty to go around, dude. That is a 64 ounce. What are you
I
looking
like
for?
the patina that you have on your water cup, kind of like when the people that don't wash their coffee mugs.
I do have a bit of a patina. It's from my lip grease, and you know what it is. And you know what it is I only wash that cup once every 4 or 5 days.
Oh, I'm bummed. But thank you for the water.
But is that really the end of the world if you're only drinking water out of it?
I mean, I don't know.
I don't know.
We'll
the
see if it
science
makes me
behind
sick.
Somebody tell me the science behind that, because I genuinely do not know, and I'm afraid to look because I've been doing this for years, baby. Is it better to be hydrated and also have a little bit of salmonella, or is it better to be a little bit more thirsty? And to...
Evan pets a lot of turtles. Evan rubs his eggshells before.
Why'd your brain jump into the turtles, dude?
Because they have salmonella on the outside of their shell, right? I could be way off. That's that little bit of information is from a middle school kid.
Raw chickens, slamming the meat
Yep.
hammer down under their bones, smashing bones in my kitchen, and
Yep.
salmonella juice going everywhere, all over my kitchen, dude.
Because you're very smart in the kitchen, and you know that exposing the marrow gives your dish a much more unctuous flavor, and so you can't be faulted for that.
Unk is straight up using unctuous flavors in the stew. Let's move on to another savory.
You calling me Unk? You know what's funny is at work on Father's Day. When I was working on Father's Day, I had somebody. I had somebody tell me Happy Father's Day. In the back of my head, I was like, I'm that age now.
That's crazy.
Where I'm like I'm visibly, I look like I could be a dad. And that doesn't bother me. But it was just funny because then one of my other coworkers said to a younger coworker, like, "Oh, you know that she was like, you're still young because nobody's telling you Happy Father's Day." And I was like, "Oh, thanks for that.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, damn.
Thank you."
That's brutal, dude. Happy Father's Day. I'm not. And then she pulls back a swaddling cloth.
Yeah.
And there's a baby that looks just like you, and he's got the same mustache and glasses and everything.
He's eating Doritos.
Yeah. Speaking of Doritos, we've got the Doritos Twisted Queso. These are new.
Damn, look at it. Look at that bag. A flavor explosion of bold cheese, and I didn't read the rest.
It's like a red, white, and blue motif for 4th of July that's coming up. You know what's funny? I totally forgot 4th of July was coming up. We've got like camping plans, and I've got a lot of stuff happening in July. I'm going to a bachelor party. I've got my 10-year anniversary with my wife will be. We've been together for 10 years, not married for 10 years. I'm not Happy Father's Day yet, guys. But I totally forgot that 4th of July was even a thing.
Yeah.
You guys excited to celebrate the greatest country on earth? We're having who loves America right now? Yeah, USA. Anyways.
I like it because I get a paid day off from work, and that's basically it.
So these are the Twisted Queso from Doritos. They smell mostly like a little bit spicier than normal Doritos. They smell pretty similar.
They just smell very cheesy.
They do smell like they're going for a queso dip.
Ooh. Yeah. It almost tastes like cheese and like bell pepper, in a queso dip.
It does taste like a queso dip.
That's not bad at all.
I kind of wish there was maybe a little bit more of a kick.
Because it does say an explosion of bold cheese and heat.
I mean, I want it to be more twisted. I'm thinking of a Doritos where the chip is just like pure black, like evil, purplish color. Not just a peek into my twisted mind, into my reality. My dark and like fucked up mind.
Whoa.
What? We PG-13 if I only drop one per episode.
That's true. We are a PG-13 podcast.
Uh-huh. Not bad.
Yeah, they're a solid chip. I think I like them a tiny bit more than regular Doritos.
I'm actually in the exact opposite direction. I like them just a tiny bit less than the like spicy nacho Doritos.
Oh, I did not say spicy nacho.
Spicy nacho to me, as you're spitting all over your microphone, is the default Dorito.
Right. But that's not the default Dorito.
It is to me.
Spicy nacho is better than this. This is better than regular nacho.
Nacho cheese.
Yeah.
Okay. I would agree to that. Where would you put them?
Because there's not really a lot of there's not as much heat, like you were saying.
Yeah.
I don't really think that they squeak into 4, unfortunately.
I'm right there with you. If there's a little bit more of a spice, I put them at a 4 because it is a cheesy flavor. Obviously, that is not unfamiliar to Doritos, but it does distinguish itself from the regular Dorito. It is clear they're going for a queso cheese flavor, and you can taste the difference, but it needs to be spicier. So, yeah, I'd put them in a 3.
Yeah, they're good. I mean, dip them in a salsa, and they'll be really good.
Yeah, I mean, dip anything into something that is, tasty, and it's going to be tasty.
Don't be derivative like that. Every time we eat a Dorito, you talk about how it would be good in milk. What are you talking about?
Every time we eat a Dorito, I talk about how to be good in milk. How it'd be good in milk.
I meant to say Oreo. Every time we eat Oreos, you're constantly talking about like
Then you dip it in milk, and then what you should be dipping it
That's
in
not what I
milk.
sound like.
You
That
dip
is
it.
not
You
what I
dip it in
sound
the
like.
milk.
That's not what I sound like.
you dip it in the
Quit
milk, and
making
it
me
makes it a little bit
SpongeBob.
better.
I'm not SpongeBob. All right, real quick. It is time for a very special time, and what that time is it's time for me to read the snack news. Okay, this is fun. Haribo are releasing new Linkin Park gummies that are actually only available at their merch booths at their shows. So I'm going to have to be buying from the eBay scalpers, unfortunately. They look very fun. You know, there's, they're Linkin Park gummies. There's like a guitar in there. There's an anarchy symbol. Or
Rest in peace,
something.
Chesterberry.
That's crazy.
Nobody likes our new singer in Lime.
Okay. Arizona Tea, they're releasing a new whipped pineapple orange flavored fruit juice cocktail. That's going to be so sweet, dude. The Doritos Blazing Buffalo Ranch are back on the shelves. Maybe it's time for a redemption arc for them. Maybe we do a re-snacking of that.
I'll re-snack it. I'll
'Cause
try
we
it.
tried it in the small bag, and I really was not impressed. Coca-Cola, they're bringing back the Diet Coke lime sflavor. So that's exciting.
Wow.
Okay, returning flavor. Hares are re-releasing their special hot Stromboli chip. They're also re-releasing their tomato pie flavored chip and their long heart. Try it again, Evan. You can do it. Their long hots and sharp provolone flavored chip. These are the previous three winners of their flavored Philly Crunch Off, and they're going to put the goats up against each other. Now you're voting for which one of those three is your favorite. Those are all three of the previous winners in the last 3 years, and they're going against each other in the Crunch Off. Speaking of competitions and flavors, Lay's announced the winner of the Do Us a Flavor contest. If you don't remember the flavors off the top of my head, it was bacon and grilled cheese. There was a wavy Korean-style fried chicken, I believe. And the third flavor, our personal favorite, was the Valentina and lime flavored chip. It was very tasty. It was delicious. The other two, not as impressed with, but I did like the Korean a little bit more than the grilled cheese, the bacon grilled cheese, which I thought tasted like doo-doo poo-poo caca.
Yeah.
So the winner of the Lay's Do Us a Flavor contest was the bacon grilled cheese.
If you honestly voted for that, please do not ever vote for any snack flavor again, because that is not, you are not who these competitions are for. We want to, we should make these competitions and these votes about people that can actually taste things accurately. And this is coming from, like, I mean, I'm not trying to be an elitist for those with like regular taste buds as well. I'm
Not
sure
trying to
that
be
they
an
also
elitist. Not
they-
trying to be an elitist, but you should be relegated to maybe like a deer salt lick. That should be your
yeah.
your permanent snack from now on.
100%. I mean, this seems like one of those things where it must have been rigged. I don't know. Maybe it was one person that thought it was really funny to vote for the worst flavor.
4chan hacked the results. 4chan hacked the results.
That hacker 4chan. The Valentina Lime was clearly the winner of those three, and it wasn't even close. And
Not even close.
the bacon grilled cheese was by far the worst.
Yeah, it was.
So have fun
mean-
moving no product, Lays.
Yeah, Lay's, you done it again, and by done it again, we mean you dropped the ball. Anyways, guys, that's all for the snack news. New snack news every single Monday, except for maybe next Monday because I will be camping and I don't know if I'm gonna put one out. Because I got a life, dude. I got a life to live. Got little woodland critters I need to go pet.
He's gonna feed Lay's chips to the squirrels. Yeah.
Yeah, try the bacon grilled cheese and like, ugh.
What the hell is this?
Okay, now we're on to another sweet snack. Let's move on to, I guess, the Chips Ahoy. The Chips Ahoy Baked Bites, the blondie flavor.
A soft baked twist on the cookie you love.
And Gabe is a big cookie dough head. I remember he walked through the door the other day just eating like a tub of cookie dough or something. And I was like, what you got there?
It wasn't a tub.
What's your little snack, dude? And he's like, yeah, I'm just eating raw cookie dough. And I was like, oh, is it? Oh, it's one of those like cookie dough flavored like treats that it's not really cookie dough, but it's like cookie dough without the egg. And he's like, nope, just raw cookie dough.
I know 100% that you're not supposed to eat it. I will never stop. I'll eat it till it kills me.
I don't think there's a problem with, I mean, obviously there is scientifically a problem with, but you're making cookies. You take a little swipe of the cookie dough. Maybe you lick the spoon. Maybe you lick the bowl. Let the kid have a lick. Let the dog have a lick. No, don't let the dog.
I am the dog.
Yeah, Gabe is the dog. Put it down next to his water, Gabe.
Speaking of dog,
I don't think...
does that look like white dog turd to you?
We'll get to that in a minute. Definitely doesn't look blondie. I don't think there's any problem with that. But walking through the door at like 9 p.m., like munching on cookie dough with none of that cookie dough was destined to become cookies. It's just like,
yeah, it
I bought cookie dough to eat as cookie dough. Mm-hmm. That's where I think I draw the line in the sand, the ethical and moral boundary of, has science gone too far?
I've got a question for you. Who was I hurting?
Yourself, potentially, but also a little bit of psychic damage to me when I saw it, just because it's like, you know, when you see like horrors unbound that are beyond human comprehension, when you see Cthulhu,
right,
and he's so like, you see his architecture, it makes you go crazy. That's how I felt seeing a grown man, seeing an uncle on Father's Day walk through the door eating 300 scoops of cookie dough.
And you know, when civilians saw the sketches of the late, great Leonardo da Vinci, they also thought that they saw some pretty scary stuff. And yet, look where that stuff is now. In a museum, celebrated for the
pretty
genius
sure he
was.
Burned his sketches. These look like I left them in the cupboard for too long.
They look like they were boiled.
These look very pale and perhaps vampiric, like they haven't seen the sun in a while. They don't smell bad.
No.
Well,
they don't smell
weird.
Good, though. They're very flattened. They look like they flew through a high altitude place and then
yeah. I will be trying just the one, I think. I'm a little bit nervous. Yeah, look for the expo date.
Oh, you already know.
A little expiration date on there. All right.
Oh, no expiration date. They never expire. Oh, there it is.
Oh. May
19th, 2025.
All right.
We legitimately bought wait, okay, but hang on, because we bought them like what, a month ago?
There's a sharp chemically taste. What do you think? Poison?
Not poison. They're just not good. Yeah, maybe don't finish that. Yeah.
There's a weird smell and a weird taste that I'm getting.
Should we do a redo and buy ones that aren't expired?
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't give it a rating for now.
We did not buy these very long ago.
No.
I mean, maybe, yeah, like you said, we bought them like a month ago.
Maybe it was a grocery outlet. A rare grocery outlet.
Yeah, we're going to have to, because these are in it. If this is what they taste like next time, these are a 1.
Yeah.
So for now, we're going to have to pause on the Chips Ahoy Baked Bites. Sorry for the bait.
I need to get some Mountain Dew in me to wash that down.
Yeah, there you go. Sorry for the
fake out.
The fake out, yeah. Because
let's move on.
There's no way.
To something I know is going to be not expired: the Cheetos Flamin' Hot Cheddar Barbecue.
Limited time only, baby. Saddle up for a sizzling cheesy barbecue crunch.
How's it smell, bitch?
Not good.
Damn.
Give it a smell.
I disagree. It smells like cheese and barbecue sauce, which, by the way, something I used to enjoy as a child. Yeah, I was a big taking slices of cheddar cheese and finding the perfect condiment pairing. I was a bit of a culinary explorer. I was on the front lines finding new tastes. I was like Remy in the kitchen when he's first like, what are you doing? You can't. And then the other rat's like, oh my God. And by Remy, I mean I was dipping cheese in ketchup. I was dipping cheese in barbecue sauce. I was eating cheese with all kinds of condiments. So it's a bit of a nostalgic scent. It's like smoky. The flaming hot flavor is almost like unrecognizable.
Yeah.
The proprietary flaming hot blend.
There's something in this that's clashing for me.
I like the weird cheese flavor. What does this remind me of? This reminds me of something. That cheese flavor reminds me of another type of like fake cheese, I think. That is so weird. What does the fake cheese remind you of? The fake cheese flavor. You know it's bad when he has to go for the Mountain Dew. And he's 3 Cheetos in.
There was something. Maybe it was because I was thinking like maybe the Chips Ahoy was creating a weird.
It was
taste
the
illusion.
cyanide from the cookie dough bites, or the Chips Ahoy Blondie bites.
It is a little better. There was definitely something on my tongue that was like.
I'm telling you, it was poison. We ate poison.
I still don't.
Reviewed poison.
I still don't love these. This is probably my least favorite Flamin' Hot iteration that I've personally had.
I would agree with that. The barbecue flavor too is it's not like sweet, like I thought it would be.
Yeah, it tastes like a bad barbecue sauce. Oh, that Cheeto was a little bit better, but still not great. The cheese.
Yeah, it reminds me of something.
I mean, I guess like a fake cheddar.
It's a bit of a letdown. It's a bit of a letdown. I almost feel like I enjoy the twisted queso like much more.
Me too.
The Doritos.
Oh man,
Could this be the first Cheetos 2?
I was gonna say, dude, I'm looking at these two and I was like, I don't think it's as good as these. I think there are 2 for me.
I feel so bad because we had Chester, great guy, friend of the show, on our Snack of the Year episode. But these might be a miss. I don't know if they're bad enough for me to put them in a 2, but I know you're leaning towards 2. I don't feel strongly enough to defend them.
I mean, okay.
The cheese flavor isn't very good. The spice level isn't there like a normal Flaming Hot. The normal Flaming Hot flavor isn't there, and the barbecue sauce flavor they chose isn't sweet.
Yeah, it's a bad barbecue sauce. It's clashing with the Flaming Hot. Like it did not come together for me. The reason I kept eating them is because I was like really trying. The texture is great. It's classic Cheetos texture. That's the only thing that makes it edible to me. If this were on a chip, I don't think I would have eaten as much. Yeah, I think they really missed the mark on this for me personally. I think that it,
And
like
not
you
just
said-
for you personally, for us personally.
Yeah, for us persons personally.
Yeah. I think it's gonna have to go in a 2.
I think, like you said, they needed to have some kind of more, like a sweet barbecue sauce or just a better barbecue sauce.
Yeah. And
If it feels like this should have been safe, and somehow it didn't pan out for me personally.
it doesn't work. It does not work. Wow, that's unfortunate, but you know what? Hey, it happens. It definitely happens. Moving on, we've got 3 snacks remaining. We're going back to another sweet treat. We're gonna try the Muddy Buddy Oreos. The Oreo, I should say, Muddy Buddies.
I
Now-
know these are going to be good.
What makes this different, you might be asking, from a cookies and cream Muddy Buddy? They do look similar. They're a little bit darker. First of all, when they're making cookies and cream, they're not actually using real Oreos. It says right on the package, this was made with real Oreo cookie wafers. So that's why the outside looks so much darker. So these are made with real Oreos. I mean, they look different. Let's see if you can taste the fact that, see the flavor difference, because I just had the cookies and cream recently. Maybe I should get the fake cheese out of my mouth. Well, I'm out of water, so I guess we're going to
You're also going to have a dew.
the tried and true Mountain Dew
Nice.
to clear the palate.
It did help. I mean, there's a lot of acid in there, so.
Gosh, that's tasty, man. That's very tasty.
It's a good Mountain Dew.
It is.
It's a good Mountain Dew.
And maybe more people should be giving their kids 0 sugar. When I was a kid, I was like, that's the grown-up version. But that should be maybe the your kid shouldn't be drinking. Who the hell was parenting me? Why are you guys letting me drink 6 Mountains? No, I'm joking. All right, the Oreo Muddy Buddies.
I think there is a pretty robust cookie flavor, like you would imagine from something that is actually made with Oreo.
Yeah, it definitely tastes different from the normal cookies and cream, and it tastes like the Oreo cookie. You know,
I don't love, and I know why they did it, but I don't love white chocolate,
yeah.
which is so funny because I love sweet stuff, but to me, white chocolate feels kind of like too sweet and kind of like weird. I don't know. I've never really been like a huge fan of white chocolate, only when it's like paired with things.
It's also missing that like powdered sugar, powdery texture that is
Yeah.
on the normal cookies and cream, which I kind of liked. It's
Yeah.
kind of fun.
Texture's great. I mean,
Pretty good.
they definitely, it's a good blend of sweetness and a little bit of saltiness from the cereal. It's just on the sweeter end. I wouldn't say it's like a perfect balance for me personally.
It's not too sweet. I think that in some ways, when you compare it to the cookies and cream, in some ways it's a little bit better, in some ways it's a little bit worse. So they kind of balance out, which makes it kind of a redundant product.
Yeah.
But it's not bad. I mean, I'd probably put it in like a lower 3.
It's a 3 for me, yeah.
Okay. Now, let's clear our palates with some Mountain Dew. Because it's time for the star of the show. Selena, can you come out here, please? The Selena Gomez
Yeah.
Oreos. So these are, again,
To clear our palates with Mountain Dew.
Selena Gomez Oreos. This actually, I learned this signature Oreos is the Chase Oreo. It's like the Mew Oreo in the Pokemon Oreos. This is the rare one. So if
Yeah.
we pull the signature Oreo, sell that on eBay for $500. So the
Ungraded.
flavor of the Selena Gomez Oreos, I believe from what I remember, they're supposed to be horchata inspired.
Oh, that makes sense because it says on here chocolate and cinnamon.
Ooh, that smells great. Woo!
Wow.
That's gonna be sweet. That's
That
gonna be
does smell
sweet.
really good.
It smells very good. Yeah, I'm not gonna. My pouch should be clear enough. Oh, okay. All right. So looking for the signature Oreo. I see a music symbol. All right, we're gonna be rich, Gabe. A flaming heart. Okay, those are headphones.
I got Flaming Heart. I got headphones. I got
Music symbol. Heart.
Selena.
Music symbol.
Selenators.
Heart.
Selenators.
Music symbol. Gabe, we're gonna be destitute. Heart.
I spent $1,000.
Music symbol. Headphones. Flaming heart. What the hell is this? Music symbol. Yeah, we're
We're
destitute.
cooked.
We're
Chad,
so
are we cooked?
Very last Oreo. Yeah, we didn't get one. So I will be getting a refund. So there is a swirl again, kind of like it's not a swirl. It's one side, other side. So, all right, I'm trying one as is.
Man, that smells good.
It's good. Very sweet. Very nice cinnamon flavor. It's a very strong cinnamon flavor. Holy.
Yeah. It's good, though. It blends well with the chocolate.
Yeah. All right. I'm trying the frosting. Ooh, it's good.
This is better than the churro Oreo.
I think so. I think so. I really like that cinnamon flavor. It all comes together pretty nice.
I think there's even cinnamon in the cookie.
The frosting's pretty sweet on its own. I would not recommend that. Wouldn't be good as a double stuff, I don't think.
I'll be the judge of that.
The cookie's nice. The cookie is very mild.
You try it? There's cinnamon in the cookie, right? Am I crazy?
It's hard to tell. I mean, my mouth is a sea of cinnamon right now. No, I think you're right. Ooh, the cookie's very nice, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. You know? Okay. Here's what I think. They're a little bit more sweet than I'm typically comfortable with. I don't think I like them quite as much as the Post Malone Oreos. But they're still very solid.
Yeah.
This is tricky. They're definitely better than the chocolate covered pretzel Oreos. But I don't know if they squeak into 5 for me. What are you thinking?
I was going to say 4 for me personally.
A really solid 4, though. A very close 5. But when it's a 5, you know, and these bad boys, they're going to be a high 4.
Yeah.
A strong 4. I mean, very tasty. Very impressive, Selena Gomez.
The cookies are so good.
They definitely gave her more time to work on these Oreos than she had to work on her accent in Amelia Perez.
Ooh.
And her Spanish speaking scenes. Hey, I didn't watch the movie. I'm just repeating what other people say. That's what I
Yeah, I
do.
haven't seen it either.
I don't do my own research.
The clips I've seen were horrendous, though. I didn't watch the movie.
Okay, moving on to our weird food. I think that's everything. We're not missing anything.
No, I think you're thrown off because we didn't give a
because
rating to that.
yeah, we didn't rate that. Okay, so this is mushroom jerky, teriyaki flavored mushroom jerky.
Pan's mushroom jerky, teriyaki, that's made out of shiitake mushrooms. After a trip to visit family in Malaysia, I returned home with a recipe I couldn't wait to share with the world. Proudly made in Oregon, Pan's mushroom jerky is a delicious umami snack with a satisfying, chewy texture and made from healthy, sustainable shiitake mushrooms.
All right, let's eat them.
Oh, okay.
What kind of mushrooms did you get? It's all like it's the get you high kind of mushrooms.
Whoa.
It's like they get you like completely fricked up. Guys, I don't want to lose the PG-13 rating. I can't.
you're true.
It looks good. It smells delicious. It smells very well seasoned. Okay, cheers, Mom.
Sure, dude.
Good texture.
Yeah. They do taste very, like, meaty. It almost tastes like fried chicken in a way, which is kind of funny to say, but...
Yeah, definitely closer to chicken than to beef. Okay. This is a good substitute, but as with most meat substitutes, there's like a fullness that is missing. You taste it, especially if you eat a lot of meat. You're like, there's something missing. But the flavor is really good. The texture is really good.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty close to regular jerky.
The seasoning is great.
I will say, as a point
Say
of
it.
it, just like it just has to be referenced, it's pretty much the same price as beef jerky. So that is kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Beef
make
jerky's
sense to not
cheap.
make it the same price. It doesn't make sense to make it the same price, I should say.
It needs something more.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe spice,
Spice and acid, I think.
acid, yeah. I'll dip it in some ketchup.
Yeah.
And then I'll review it.
Some spicy ketchup. That'll round it out.
Yeah, and no weird aftertaste or anything. No, it's good. It's good. It's good. I'm hovering. What are you thinking?
For me, I think it's a 3. I think it's pretty good. Not a bad beef jerky substitute. It's just not incredible.
No, I do think it's nice for these products to exist.
Yeah.
So that vegetarians and vegans don't feel left out.
Yeah, from what I can tell, it's got good ingredients.
It's nice.
Oh, there's the P65 warning.
The what?
Hey, don't worry about it. We're not in California.
Let me just take a look at that here. Cancer and reproductive harm. Okay. Nice. And this is food? Nice. Okay. Well, Guys, it's been a blast. It's been such a fun episode. Let me get some of the mushroom out of my mouth.
Make it mushroom dew.
Yeah, mushroom and Mountain Dew. What a pairing. Yeah, the zero sugar Mountain Dew Summer Freeze. Really tasty. We'll probably try the original off pod. I don't know if we want to. They're going to be pretty similar, but I think that's going to be slightly better. But this, even as it is delicious. The chocolate covered pretzel Oreos, definitely worth trying and checking out. They're super tasty. But the Selena Gomez Oreos, don't sleep on those. I honestly should get the Oscar for these, if anything. The Doritos Twisted Queso, surprisingly nice choice, especially if you're going to be barbecuing, you're going to be celebrating for the 4th of July. I think that those are worth trying. Not quite as good as the spicy nacho. And the flavor twists, lime jalapeno from the Fritos are also pretty good, pretty solid. Everything else, unfortunately, the Cheetos Cheddar Barbecue Flamin' Hot were a bust. You are as surprised as I am.
Yeah.
I am as surprised as you are. But, you know what's not a bust? Our wonderful patrons, who I have to thank once again, who support us on patreon.com/SuperTastersPodcast because it's only $5 a month. And you get access to behind-the-scenes footage, to bloopers, to early episodes, things of that nature. Thank you so much to our patrons. KG Tape Master, Les Britt, Clearly Awesome, The Pickler. Thank you to Yarbs, Lisa Rose. Thank you to Unicycler. And thank you to Dillian Pickle Spear. And thank you for listening to the Super Tasters Podcast, guys. I've been your host, Evan.
And I've been your host, Gabe.
And Gabe?
Yeah.
What are we always telling them?
Well, we're always telling them,
remember to check the expiration date on your baked blondie bites so you don't get poisoned. And happy snacking. And God bless America, the greatest country that I live in. And drink Mountain Dew. Yay!
Born in the USA! Born in the USA!
And you're coming at me like a dark horse. This is the artwork, in case you were curious. The 15-inch straw that they provided us with. All right, it looks like it's resealable. So you open it here, like this. It's a little bit sticky on the inside. All right, guys, we're going first try, no funnel. A little bit of spillage, that's okay. You got to be confident. Ooh, hear that? God damn, that's a lot of fucking Capri Sun. That's how much Capri Sun we're dealing with here. We're going to seal it up. Oh, shit. Get this, get this, get this. I overfilled it. No! Big straw. Yes, sir. Here it goes into the pouch. Oh, look. Oh! A little bit of foil in there. That's okay. God damn. Yeah, it's good. I mean, it tastes like classic Capri Sun. I was talking to Evan off camera about how this is our first time tasting the Capri Sun out of a bottle too, but it's definitely nice and refreshing. It's a little sweet, but I mean, that's kind of what you expect from Capri Sun. It's very nostalgic.
All right, go ahead and finish it.
Are you serious?
Yep, drink your Capri Sun long. No, you don't have to. You don't have to.
No, just say.